Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. I had a really good question from somebody in the comment section on a recent video, and the question was, if people start to favor set boosters over draft boosters too much, won't it inject too many additional rares and mythics into the secondary market and cause the price to fall? And I thought that was really insightful to kind of notice that and think what might happen if widespread set boosters overtake draft boosters, or if WotC simply reconfigures draft boosters to be even more supportive of drafting and kind of changes the format of the what's in the box and the pricing and everything to try to push more and more people who simply open boxes for cards to move to set boosters. Now, on one of my recent videos, you saw that a set booster has about 10% more rares and mythics in it than a draft booster. So I think this is enough to make a difference in the secondary market. So we can't just dismiss the question out of hand. And we need to think about what are some secondary effects that would happen if rares and mythics get a bit cheaper in the secondary market. I think one of the most important things is if it's cheaper to play Magic because secondary market singles are cheaper, then you might lure in some people who otherwise would have thought that the game was too expensive, and you will take some people who are on the fence thinking about quitting and convince them not to quit. Or rather, you move the position of that fence so that people who would have fallen on the side of quitting no longer will. So that's an interesting thing that could help, and I think there's never any argument that fewer Magic players is better or that more is worse. So I think we would always benefit from more people playing this game for a lot of reasons, the most basic being if WotC has to print more product, they get slightly better economies of scale. The economies of scale would improve all up and down the distribution and retail chain, and everybody could have cards just a tiny bit cheaper. But I kind of diverge from the main point. If we get these extra rares and mythics out of set boxes, yeah, it might make the cards a little bit cheaper. I don't think in the long run that's going to hurt you very much. And the other thing about this is you don't really have a choice. It's going to happen whether or not this would affect us, whether or not it would be beneficial or not. And ultimately, it's WotC's choice, and we each make our own decision based on whether we want to buy set booster boxes or draft booster boxes, what we need them for, what we think will age better in the future. And so you don't really have a choice. It's much like when you go to interview for a job and you're getting your resume ready, and you know that the other people interviewing for the job are lying on their resume, and so you think, I can either lie on my resume or I can be in a disadvantageous position in the interview. And so in the same way, you can go ahead and buy draft boxes in order to try to not pull too many rares and mythics into the market, but everyone else is going to buy set boxes because they have that 10% extra rares and mythics and give you more value. So, sorry, you don't really have a choice, much like I often say, but I ultimately don't think it's that big of a deal. And really, the market kind of balances at an equilibrium of what cards should cost. And if we really got the cost of cards down in the secondary market, I think it would lure in a lot more players, and the price would kind of balance pretty close to the original point, except we would have more people playing Magic now, which I think we all agree would be a good thing. So let me know what you think about this. Agree or disagree, have any other questions, leave them in the comments. If you like this kind of content, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot.